the battle's a waste. When the war goes on forever, man, nothing's gonna change. A man who fights with desperation never stands a chance. 'Cause a dance with desperation is the last dance. Anyone can tell you I'm an animal, but I'll never be your dog. When I walk around the world without an accomplice, yeah, without a god. I ain't trying to build the ark, I just really want to learn how to swim. Through a sea of plastic bottles, all the refuse, the mess we're in. Cleaning up the mess from the battles of waste. When the war goes on forever, and nothing's gonna change. A man who fights with desperation never stands a chance. 'Cause a dance with desperation is the last dance. A dance with desperation is the last dance. If I was inside the door of a painful night, don't work no more. I disconnect the dial tone, the soundtrack could be in alone. Fire don't keep you strong. It works in spurts, but not for long. Your roots, they need some loving on. The soul can be a desert. Only you can grow your garden. Only you can grow your garden. If I was a raging tide, I'd have nothing to hide inside, and none to get me anywhere. But bludgeoned by the air a bit. I was on the safety ride to put you from the aftermath. I give you sleep and she gets back so you could see the future. Only you can grow your garden. Only you can grow your garden. Yeah, only you can grow your garden. Only you can grow your garden. On the safety raft that pulled you from the aftermath, and made you sleep and she goes back so you can see the future. Only you can grow your garden. Only you can grow your garden. Yeah, only you can grow your garden. Only you can grow your garden. Hey everyone, streaming through the internet. My name's Brett Newski. Thanks for joining up at Rock the Stream. This is a new song. It's called What Do You Got to Lose? tell you how I feel. If I got the guts, what do I got to lose when I'm finite, like limelight, you're standing all the time. Give me just one try, what do you got to lose? 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 Left me at midnight, it's alright, I'm stronger than I was. A little shake from the pain, so what do you got to lose when the fear is a punchline I'm setting up to kill? This life has been a joke, what do you got to lose? Yeah, what do you got to lose? Yeah, what do you got to lose? What do you got to lose? Gotta find a compromise. Why you begging on me? It's time that we enjoy this life. Before it's dark infinity. So tell me, what do you got to lose?
Everybody, all the citizens of Milwaukee and surrounding metropolitan areas. Welcome to my house. I live in Bayview, and I'm actually living with my ex-wife at the moment. We're barreling through the quarantine together. It's been a pretty good time. Big shout out to RockTheGreen for having me. They do a lot of good work for sustaining creatable ecosystems in the Wisconsin area, particularly Milwaukee. And so what Rock the Stream is every week, they're teaming up with a new charitable organization to help out. So this week it's Vivent Health, and Vivent Health I just learned about a couple weeks ago is one of the most recognized helpers of HIV patients in the whole country, but they focus specifically on Milwaukee. So I learned a fact the other day that, and I didn't know a whole lot about HIV, but for every one person with COVID, there's 70 people diagnosed with HIV. So it's still a big problem, and Vivent's doing really rad work about it, and they're really nationally recognized. So shout out to them, and all the proceeds of today, or half the proceeds go to Vivent Health. Most of them do. So I think there's a donate button on the website and in the Facebook group. The captain, Lindsay, will have those links wherever you need them. My dad just texted me Freebird. What a jerk. There's a new song, and it's called, let's do this song. It's called This Will Destroy Me.
With Jesus, I pray to Elvis. There ain't no justice in the both. You perfect snow, I'm down the rabbit hole, waiting for Alice to rock and roll. Drink your blood, baby. Things get complicated, and I'm always told less is more. Fiction. We don't have jurisdiction to bonfire our tin hearts. I'm a gnome imprisoned in your yard. We're adrift in a raging sea, too far gone from rescuing. I've cut my teeth upon your leash. Raise your glass high. Here's to you destroying me. You breathe so smooth, my lungs a VCR, trying to learn to breathe on Mars. Meet me for coffee by the library. We'll trade Bukowski monologues. I got a new shop, it's even got a rent-a-copy, and you can come on by anytime you're feeling down. You can come around. This isn't fiction. We don't have jurisdiction to melt me down to little parts. I'm a gnome imprisoned in your yard. We're adrift in a raging sea, too far gone from rescuing. I've cut my teeth upon your leash. Raise your glass high. Here's to you destroying me.
I never know what to do at the end of a live stream song because it's just dead silence. I'm standing here like an asshole. This is a song that's called My Blood's Getting Dirty and My Skin's Wearing Thin. And it's a song about just kind of like morale dipping real low, you know, when your spirits are in the toilet. And then it's a song about trying to bounce back and pull yourself out of the lurch. It's an anti-anxiety song, people.
Met you on the bottom of a Friday. It was taxing to my lower vena cava. Yeah, I called my friend from across the pond, said I'm feeling post-normal. What have I done? He said you gotta take the beatings as they come. You can do whatever you wanna do. I will not be there to stop you. Yeah, think it's time that I let somebody in, 'cause my blood's getting dirty and my skin's wearing thin. Yeah, my blood's getting dirty and my skin's wearing thin. The sun went down, I sighed relief there. The world makes more sense when the sun retreats. Alright, you gotta try to take things slow. If it doesn't tear, but it does not flow, I got some things to tell you later, though. You can do whatever you wanna do. I will not be there to stop you. Yeah, I think it's time that I let somebody in, 'cause my blood's getting dirty and my skin's wearing thin. Yeah, my blood's getting dirty and my skin's wearing thin. think it's time that I let somebody in, 'cause my blood's getting dirty and my skin's wearing thin. You can do whatever you wanna do, I will not be there to stop you. Yeah, I think it's time that I let somebody in, 'cause my blood's getting dirty and my skin's wearing thin. Yeah, my blood's getting dirty and my skin's wearing thin. Yeah, my blood's getting dirty and my skin is wearing thin. Yeah, my blood's getting dirty and my skin's wearing thin.
Hey, thanks. I'm blowing my own head off in the room here. I gotta shove some toilet paper in my ears. Save my hearing. We gotta thank Jeff. Jeff is the technical master who's put the whole audio and the video together, and that's a lot of stress. I was impressed by all your technological wizardry. I kind of feel like I'm on the Truman Show because you're like writing me messages on my screen. You're like Ed Harris in the Truman Show, and I'm Jim Carrey. If anyone has questions, can I do Q&A? Is that a possible thing we can technologically queue up? Maybe if people post questions in the Facebook group, maybe Jeff, maybe you could type them on the screen there, and maybe I could see them? I don't know if that's even possible. We could try. You'd have to type them in like 14-point font, and then I could read the whole thing. You said it's real. Okay. Q&A, people. Where'd my guitar go? Damn it. Come on, baby. Where'd that guitar go? Alright, I'm going unplugged for this song till I come back alive. Oh, there it is. This is a song called Ride, okay? Oh, Jeff types on the screen that we can't do Q&A. That's great. All right, the first question looks like it's coming in. It says, "Tell us a story from the road, like Amsterdam." Okay, so my favorite Amsterdam story is one time it was 3 a.m. and all the trains had closed and I had to get back to my house. So I asked my friend, a Dutch man, I'm like, "Say, Willems, how do you get back to the house from here?" He's like, "Oh man, you just buy a bike from a junkie." I was like, "What? You buy a bike from a junkie?" He's like, "Yeah, you buy a bike from a junkie." So he's like, "You just walk around Amsterdam looking for sketchy dudes." So he's like, "Just walk that way, a guy will sell you a bike for 10 euros. Try to beat my record, 10 euros. So I go walking around, I'm like yelling fiets, which is bike in Dutch. Fiets, fiets, fiets. And within like 5-6 minutes, this wizard-looking guy with no teeth pulls up next to me and he's looking kind of shifty and he's like, "Fiets, fiets." He's pointing to his bike. So he sells me the bike for 13 euros. And I biked home because I was staying so far out of town. But I didn't beat the Dutch man's record of 9 euros. So that's my Amsterdam buying a bike from a junkie story. Last week I started a podcast. It's called Dirt from the Road. I feel like this has been a long time coming, and I'm really pumped on the format because it's all these travel stories from being a musician who's kind of working in the underground. You know, we're not a band that's like Coldplay or Green Day playing stadiums. We're like doing the grind and the gritty. We're playing weird venues. We're playing rooftops in Belgium. We're playing surf shops in Australia. We're playing weird like Willy Wonka museums in Tasmania. So I feel like the podcast is the best way to get those stories quick and to the point without having to like write a blog or go on the radio, which you only have 2 minutes to get a point across. So check it out. It's called Dirt from the Road. It's on Apple Podcasts and a bunch of other places. So anyway. This is called Garage. It's from an album called Land, Air, Sea, Garage. It came out in 2015.
Started somewhere around midnight with your face on the lawn. You'll be living in limbo till your 30s are gone. Everybody's got their mind made, but the truth is so loose. It's not winning every battle, it's the battles you choose. And all the words that telling you are crowded by the value. It's the burden of the modern age, artificial currency. You saw it in a driveway, you broke down in the garage. Don't get caught in where you're going, man. Just get free where you are. And all the words that telling you are crowded by the value.
Q&A. There's more Q&A coming in. This says, "What's your favorite place to play in Milwaukee?" Favorite place to play in Milwaukee? There's many good ones. Among my favorites I've played so far would be the Pabst Theater, Shank Hall, Anodyne is really great. Turner Hall is very quality. I know I've played some other places that have been good to me. I should give shout outs, but that's all I can remember at the moment. Cactus Club, And then another question is, what was the weirdest place you travel? I've done a bunch of touring in South Africa, which is probably like my favorite place to go. But one of the weirdest lodging stories I have from South Africa is we didn't have enough cash to get a hotel this night. This is like the second tour I ever did. So we stayed at a friend's house. She had 2 little kids, but they were out of town with their dad or something. So my buddy Ryan MacArthur, the South African guy, and I, we crashed in the kids' room in these like little gnome beds. And I pass out early. I'm always the first person to go to sleep. But in the middle of the night, I hear my buddy Ryan like sniffing around and like fumbling around in the dark. And he's just like, Britt, do you smell that, Britt? Do you smell that smell, Britt? I think it's urine. I think the bed is soaked in urine. And I'm like, what? The bed is soaked in urine? He's like, yes, Britt, wake up. The bed is definitely soaked in urine. So I guess the toddler had wet his bed right before he went out of town. So I woke up the next morning and my buddy Ryan MacArthur was just curled up in the fetal position on the floor with like one little sodden pea blanket like wrapped around his ankles. And I think he had to sit out the next gig because it was he didn't sleep at all. It was so brutal. Feel free to fire more questions. I'll try to answer them. Jeff, the man in the sky, typed in on my screen. He said Dirt from the Road podcast link is in the comments. That's in the comments. Find that. There's another question. Cool. Do you guys want a Kick It Up song or a Bring It Down song? We'll do a Bring It Down song. That'll work. Okay, cool. This is a song, it goes out to Vivent Health because it's an underdog song, you know? It's a song for the little guy, the man who's kind of been left behind and left behind by society. And specifically I wrote it about just being in high school and just getting shoved around by bullies and the social kind of wars and the mentalities that go on within an American public high school. It's pretty brutal. Hopefully it's the closest I ever get to prison. And this is a new song. It's called Fight Song. It's on the latest record called Don't Let the Bastards Get You Down. Please take the reins away from me. Why can't I ever let it go? I can't ever let it be. Sing the song before you leave. Sitting in silence is one of the worst ways to fall asleep. One more sleep, one more dream, one more time, one more night. After this I swear I'll stick up for myself. No more playing dead while I'm alive. If you wanna be my friend, I'll be good to you. You need somebody by your side. Yeah, there is still a fight song left to write. AM hits me in the face. It's reason in my room, but they tell me what to do, so I obey. The bell ringing in my ear, like some kind of prison yard. I swear next year will be my year. One more day, one more haze, one last time, no more pain. After this I swear I'll stick up for myself. No more playing dead while I'm alive. If you wanna be my friend, I'll be good to you. You don't need somebody by your side. Yeah, there is still a fight song left to write. There is still a fight song left to write. I think one of the weirdest things about live streams when I'm watching them is that the person playing is looking directly into your eyeballs because they're looking at their screen to see what's going on, but it looks very creepy. I get creeped out sometimes when I watch live streams. So I swear when I'm looking at you, I'm not peering into your soul like Ricky Martin. I'm reading information that's being typed to me on the screen and more Q&A. And we want to give a shout out to Tandem, because they turned their whole restaurant into a soup kitchen for the pandemic, and they've been feeding people the whole time. So help them out. A lot of the proceeds, I believe, go to them as well too today, and that helps kind of feed people who need it, and it goes to the soup kitchen as well. Good City Brewing has chipped in to the pot, and they're helping out. They got good beer. And Pete's Pops, they're a popsicle company, which I'm pretty obsessed with popsicles. Ever since the snow cone went out of fashion, I've been doing popsicles very consistently in the quarantine. Bomb Pops, but what's better than Bomb Pops? Pete's Pops. Pete's Pops, Bomb Pops. We have a song request from Green Bay, Carrie Ann. It says, can you play While the World Outside Dissolves? We can play that song. And then it says, question, what is left on your bucket list to tour to? What country do you want to tour to the most? That's a good question. We toured in Japan in October, and we brought a film crew, and that was at the top of the bucket list, so we got all this bizarre footage. It's hard to explain Japan. It's like, it really is like Mars, like future Mars. It's it's like America 800 years into the future with more Nintendo and no English. But it's bizarre. What else is on the bucket list? We made a April Fool's post that we were touring in Syria, and one guy got really mad, and he sent me a bunch of swear words, so that wasn't too good. But I think I don't get enough hate mail. I'm a little disappointed. I'm only getting hate mail a couple times a year, and it's just not enough. I don't think I'm pushing the envelope hard enough, and I don't think today's the day to push the envelope. But for all of you out there who have ever taken crap online, it probably means you're doing something right. We gotta walk the line a little bit, and we can't fold over and nerf the culture, because then we don't get anywhere. This is called While the World Outside Dissolves.
While the world outside dissolves, we count our lucky stars in the back of your rental car. If you wrecked up on the drive-in, when I'm ready to, knowing there's not much that we can do, but maybe I'll see you, you see me. We could fall in off a long way down. You think we stand a chance now? Baby, I need you with me. It's such a shame that California is so far away. that California is so far away. Guitar solo! Falling off a long way down. You think we stand a chance now? Maybe I'm with you, leave me. It's such a shame that California is so far away.
How's everybody doing out there? I'm happy to be here. I wanna come through for you guys. You know, it's I think people who make stuff and write songs or make paintings or make drawings or essays and post them online, I think we all want to pretend that we're cool and we don't care what anyone thinks, and we're just F it, we're just gonna do it, I don't care. We all pretend we're all cool and hip, but in actuality, you know, I don't want to let anybody down. I don't want to let you guys down, so I hope I'm coming through for you, and I hope it sounds good, and we're doing our best. We're in a little house with a little tiny speaker and a little microphone, and it's probably not as hi-fi as it is at the Pabst Theater, but we're going lo-fi punk rock for today while we got COVID, while we're rocking the COVID. Alright, this is a song I wrote just after my van was stolen in Detroit, Michigan. The first tour I ever did, I woke up, my van was gone. I went to file a report at the police station, and the policeman was filing police reports drinking a 64-ounce of Dunkin' Donuts coffee. It took me 40 minutes to get to the front of the line because there were so many people in line filing stolen vehicle reports. When I got to the front of the line at the Detroit PD, the policeman never even looked up to me. I was like, hello sir, I'd like to file a stolen vehicle report. He never even looked up at me. He just kept writing, and he said, oh yeah, Detroit, we make them and we steal them. And then I got a rental car. And the weirdest part about that was I got to Pittsburgh and I parked the rental car, and that car got broken into too. I got out, and fortunately the trunk button was broken where my guitar was, so they couldn't actually get into the trunk to steal my guitar, so they only stole like a box of vinyl records, which was a pretty huge honor, you know. If someone steals 20 of your vinyl records, you know. I'm gonna take that. I'll mark those down on the Billboard charts as sales. Exchange of hands. This goes out to Vivent Health because their food pantry flooded. The rock and roll gods whizzed a lot of rain last week, and they got to the food pantry, and it was flooded, and there was like almost 100 G's in damage. Half of it, and lost food, and the building was damaged. So most of the money today, or at least half the money, goes to them. Please chip in. Please donate to Vivent Health. There's donate buttons listed. The social media gods who are running this, the social media Facebook overlords will post the buttons there, the donate buttons. But if you got a 10 spot, if you got a 4 spot, if you got a $2 bill, if you're rolling in it, if you're sweating money and blowing your nose in hundies, throw a couple hundies in there. If you only got Japanese yen, throw some Japanese yen in there. If you only got Vietnam dong, throw some Vietnam dong in there. I believe they accept all currencies on the internet because PayPal translates for you, and it goes directly bypasses Jeff Bezos and goes directly to Vivent Health, which is pretty. I believe that's the only pipeline left of money that doesn't go directly to Jeff Bezos, so that's cool. Get that pipeline. We'll open up the pipeline directly to Vivent Health. We're going to help them rebuild their food pantry, get all the food back, feed the people in Milwaukee that are struggling. There's a lot of people struggling in Milwaukee right now. We're going to feed them. We're going to boost their morale, because what's just as good as food is morale. We need to keep people's morale meter high. We don't want to leave them behind. We don't want to leave people in the lurch. I think this is going to be my last song. If there's any more questions, type them in. I'm going to try to read the 14-point font on the screen. If I squint, I can read it. This is a song called Verse the World. It's on a record called American Folk Armageddon. If you like the music, my name is Brett Newski, Newski. Give a follow on Spotify. Share it with a buddy. That's we're not a huge arena rock band, so we really live or die by the word of mouth and record sales. So my website's brettnewski.com. If you want to pick up a record, that's really great. But send it to a buddy who likes rock and roll music. I don't know, who likes geek rock, Weezer. I don't know. Also, I got a Patreon. It's patreon.com/BrettNewski1. That's become kind of a new arts and culture movement as music has become free and streaming services have in a sense kicked our ass and kicked our bank account's ass. So you can ship in like $5 or $10 a month. It's and you can do this not just for me, but there's like indie artists all over the world who have this subscription kind of platform. So it's kind of like the inner circle for musicians. So it's keeping us alive. It's my only source of income during the quarantine. So thank you for everyone who's been on the Patreon. That has been wildly clutch. All right, I'm going to stop. Am I still talking? Good Lord. Pack your shit into a box, turning coffee demon down, running out of time to mess around. It's not the doing that gets tricky, it's the approval to go ahead. You can be the bleeding candle, you can strike the fiery match. Oh, please break free, because I need somebody to go and verse the world with me. Will not find me, and I will not find it, like the singers who cannot sing a lick. Everybody's sitting on some grand old master plan, waiting for lightning to strike, make it all happen. Now please break free, because I need somebody on the lookout without Jimmy in the key. Please break free, because I need somebody to go and verse the world with me. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Battles wise.
There's a lot of bad advice,
and we only get to is,
and we only get to wise. Whether you believe in talking snakes, you gotta keep a little bit of faith. Oh, please break free, because I need somebody on the lookout without Jimmy being the key. Please break free, I need somebody, yeah, to go verse the world with me. Please break free, because I need somebody on the lookout without Jimmy.
Much love, everybody. Thanks for supporting arts and culture. Rock the Green, Vivent Health, Tandem. I've been Brett Newski. Come see us in the fall when the winter opens up and the world opens up. I'll be playing with Goran from the Guffs over at the Pabst Tap Hall in October. And that's all the public service announcements I have. Thanks for listening, people in Austin, Texas, and America, and Canada, and Germany. Thanks for tuning in from far away. I've been Newski. I'm going to eat a sandwich. Much love, much respect. Bye!